Hey guys, welcome to the Miller Park Minute Live. This is the Saturday Night Live. We do this once a week. We throw strikes, get likes, hit dingers, get listeners. We're back again this week, actually at 4 o'clock. This is a first for me that I've actually made it to 4 o'clock with the live. I always shoot for 4:30, something like that. But yeah, we are live. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, you name it. Come live to chat. Brewers, yes, we're chatting Brewers live. Just sharing it one more place. You know me, I always got to share it. Share. All right, so we are back live. It's been a week. Let me tell you, I've been busy this week. Hello, Nick. How you doing? Welcome to the live. So we're just gonna kind of recap what we talked about this week. What's going on in Brewers land? As we always do here on Saturday nights. I appreciate everyone who joins in, who comes along. If you got questions, throw them in the chat, in the comments. I can see most of the comments from just about everywhere. So yeah, we got it all set. So this week has really been a week of kind of like no news. Kind of, we're talking rosters. We're kind of talking just generalities and covering nothing specific. We got the World Baseball Classic news, which is kind of exciting because we are right on the cusp of that. That's starting right around the corner. Plus, we got pitchers and catchers. So this is a first today. When you type in Milwaukee Brewers on Google, you're actually going to see spring training games. So it's good to see that going. I'm just looking at top stories here for baseball, and there's not much, like we're just not seeing a lot of stories, and that's the reason we're just kind of. Hey, Richard, welcome to the live. That's the reason we're just kind of in this holding pattern of what can we talk about. This week, actually, me and Butcher are going to do the NL Central Hall of Fame. So we're going to talk about great players that have played in the NL Central, and that'll be really fun. And they can be current. So if you've got votes for that, you can give those to me. Other than that, we're expecting to hear. I'm sure we're going to hear some injury news. It's not what we want, but I mean, it's just going to be what it's going to be. I know there's some people that are already down in Arizona. And if you're live and if you're listening to this and you're going to Arizona and you want to be a correspondent, we can set up times. We do have a special interview coming out Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. A little more peek behind the curtain once I have all the details of those things. I don't like to announce these things too far in advance and say names, because if I don't deliver that person, then it's a bad look, and I don't want to do that. So I'm sorry. I did snow shoveling, and like my arms are just I'm out of it for a second. But anyways, yeah, I think I am going to give my preseason prediction. And last week we talked about, Richard, I think you said 94. I'm going to go with 96 wins for the Crew this year. Reason being, everything I've seen says that the Crew's still got one of the better teams. I don't think that they're going to get beat out by the Cardinals. I really don't. I don't think that's a possibility. We've had. I don't want to do that right now. I'm paying Journal Sentinel the $1. I don't care. Ooh, what is going on here? Oh, there we go. Has anybody got any questions for me? Top 10 catchers in MLB? Question. Who do I think of the top 10? Oh, geez. Why you gotta put? I mean, no, I'll answer that. Well, One second, I'm just sending a message real quick. Gosh, obviously, I think Contreras is good. Not our Contreras, the other Contreras is up there. I think. I want to see how he plays. I really do. I want to see how William Contreras plays. There's been some change in scenery. So, I mean, like, a lot of the catchers have moved. I mean, JT Realmuto is number one, obviously. That's the given. But then it's kind of a fight there because you got Adley Rutschman, who's really good, and you got Will Smith, who I say he could fight for number one, honestly. The Dodgers produce players that are unlike anybody else, and that's why their system is so good and why they've been so good for so long. Because they produce these guys that are... And then you got Sean Murphy of the Braves, Contreras, Alejandro Kirk is really good. But catcher is one of those weird ones. Salvador Perez is still a top 10 any day of the week. But the thing you've got right now with the catching and the catching depth is everybody has one or two. It's one of those positions that wears on you, and we're not fighting. What was the top ranking of top? I was just getting names. I was trying to think of the one that I listed for underrated list the other day was Riley, and he's pretty good as a catcher too. I was trying to figure out which catcher that was. But yeah, it's been interesting. Do you think the NL Central will come down to two teams? Do I think the NL Central will come down to two teams? That's a great question. No, I think the NL Central might have two teams in the playoffs, but I think the race is going to be strictly Brewers. I think we have enough on our team to edge out the Cardinals. I really do. I've thought that for a long time. And yeah, I'm just trying to get Rob to come live. I'm sorry, Butcher. No, I honestly, I think we have three teams. Three teams what? I think we have a good enough squad. I think as long as our pitching holds tight this year, I really think that we have the opportunity to lead the division. And we did last year too. I mean, for the majority of it, we led the way. And the only reason we fell off in the end was because of the Josh Hader trade and the loss of Morel. Three teams fighting for the NL Central. So I actually early predicted that the Cubs would be number two. I like the moves that the Cubs made. I think the Cardinals pretty well stayed pat. You know, the Cardinals just added a NL Central Hall of Fame catcher to replace an NL Central Hall of Fame catcher. So, and we're going to get more deep into the NL Central Hall of Fame this week. Active members can be a part of the NL Central Hall of Fame, so that's going to be something we're going to do.
Take it off, be like an hour and a half. So, you know.
Oh, to go do your thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my run and do full field, so hour and a half.
Okay, sounds good. So yeah, I think that being said, I think that the NL Central will be a little bit of a fight, but I don't think it'll be as tough as a fight as we think. I think really the pitching on paper, when you look at all this, because this is what I've been doing every day. When you look at all this day in and day out, you look at the fact that we have the best starters in the NL. These are the best guys. I'm not gonna look at it any other way. So when you look at the guys that we have starting for us versus what other teams have starting, yes, there's superstars on that and in the NL. I would put us next to the Dodgers. I would say the Dodgers and us are probably the top 2 NL rotations. And there's some good rotations out there. I'm not saying there's not. But the Dodgers and us really, really stand out to me as the top teams. And you're gonna have your teams that are gonna, or your places that are gonna predict both ways. I mean, you could look at, let's just take an example here. Like if you look at, and a lot of these places are yet to do their predictions, but if you look at what's out there right now, they've got us neck and neck. One optimistic. Here's the sports news. This is giving an optimistic look for every team. Status quo, but up a tick. So this one says that the Brewers. It's been a turbulent run with the roster changes of the Brewers. Could be good or bad, but we'll all be optimistic. William Contreras is ready to everyday primary catcher, which that he's got that position. So I think that's really good. Talking about Garrett Mitchell, Tyrone, ready for full-time outfield duty. Christian Yelich enjoys a renaissance at 31 years old. Yeah. So I didn't see that the Cardinals made waves. So that's where I say this. I think the only other team that really got much better was the Cubs. I think the Cubs made good moves, have enough players together. They got rid of some dead weight. I don't know. Like I said though, I need that correspondent that's at spring training. If everyone can stay healthy. And yes, of course. So, and I've been talking about this on repeat for weeks now, where I've said we have the slot players. We can slot this out. Like, so Aaron Ashby is shoulder fatigue. May not be ready by the time opening day starts. Well, we got a couple weeks before that happens. So let's not say that for certain. But we can slot guys in. You've got a Bryce Wilson. You've got a Jason Junk, Javi Guerra. You've got all these pieces. How do you think the situation with Keston Hiura will fizzle? It's on Keston Hiura. It's how Keston Hiura plays right now. I lost it. Looked into the light. Don't look into the light. Will fizzle out, fix himself, or find another route. And at that juncture, do we trade him? I mean, if he gets good enough that we can trade him for something. Did the Cubs lose pitchers? No. So the Cubs gained Tyone and they have Stroman already. So let's look at the Cubs roster. Cubs roster. Active roster. MLB.com. Depth chart. That's my favorite. Depth chart. All right. So pitching, we got Marcus Stroman, Kyle Hendricks, come on. Kyle Hendricks has been stupid. Drew Smiley, Jamison Tyone, Justin Steele, Albert Azalea, who's been pretty good. The Cubs have gotten better. Rowan Wick is in the Brad Boxberger. They added him. He eats up innings. I don't care what you say if you liked him or not. He ate up innings for us last year. So I think that'll be an improvement to the squad. And then they added Tucker Barnhart. They have Jan Gomes for catcher. Hosmer Mancini was the big one. Patrick Wisdom. And then the guys that they had. I mean, the Nico Horners of the world weren't bad. Nick Madrigal's not terrible. They got a lot of players, a lot of options. Wisdom, like I've talked about. Adding Swanson. They still got Ian Happ. Adding Bellinger. I mean, they've got a lot. And then they got that Seiya Suzuki. they've got a lot of talent on that roster, and I'm not going to look past them. I don't want to. No, I'm not subscribing to anything Cubs. See, now I'm going to have Cubs stuff come up in my search because you asked me about it and we talked about it. Thanks, Richard. No, I'm just kidding. Isn't it insane how the world does that? Like when you search certain things and you pull up certain things, you literally like all your searches go to that kind of material. It's sad. It really is. But the other things we talked about this week, and I'm going to go back on the path of what we've already kind of covered, but we've talked over and over again. I'm sorry, but I laughed hysterically when I saw that Corbin Burns trade article that was the one piece the Boston Red Sox needed, and it was more joking than anything. That I put that even in the title because I was like, oh, I want people to just click on it and laugh. And then we talked about what's successful. A lot of people are saying, we're at this juncture where we need to move forward on these players, especially Corbin Burns. And that's where the Corbin Burns article comes up because everybody's making these references and saying these things about Corbin Burns. And I'm like, no, this is stupid. We're stupid to be talking about this. Because again, as I say, and I always say this, as a Brewers fan, as a fan of this team, you want to win. The end game is win a World Series. It's not have the best roster on paper. Who cares about that? It is winning the World Series. And we got to get there. That's the end game. So I think that's kind of where I spent some time and talking about the success yesterday. I think that episode was probably one of the most fun to talk about because it tied in and incorporated with kind of the storylines for the year. And that's where we're at this point in the game. We're watching to see what happens with our relief corps, what happens with our bullpen. Like where are we going with this? Where are all these guys going to slot in? And I'm not doubting the talents of any of the randoms that we picked up. I'm not, but I'm thinking at the same time, like, what could we do? And then that goes into the one fatal flaw with the Brewers. See, all these things tie together in the end. They all really, like, everything is like circular when you talk about these issues and you talk about where a team is, where a team's going. And we talk about the fact that the one fatal flaw with the Brewers was the outfield. All of our outfielders right now are fresh, with the exception of Christian Yelich and Jesse Winker. Jesse Winker is more of a DH type player, which then, okay, you've signed a DH player. What does that do with a Castanera? Which goes back to Amy's question. When you have a guy that's more slotted to be a DH, then you get to the point where you're like, okay, well, wait, now we've got this guy. Now we've got. So this is where I talk about and where I've talked about in the past that we're kind of half in on some of these things. We got to make decisions and clear roster spots. You don't want 10 guys that can play DH. You want one or two DHs and, use that DH spot to give a rest day, not an extra, and that's an extra bat in the lineup. We want that. That's the end game for that. I don't know. I don't know that we have an end game with a Castanera and a Tyrone Taylor. The Brewers didn't shy away from these guys that are out of options. They really didn't. And that's the shocking part because there's only so many roster spots. But you've got these young guys that are ready to come and ready to play, and it's a very weird position. It puts us in a weird position overall. And that's why I keep talking about it, because it's a strange position. I just realized I didn't finish my video and send it over. Brewfanatic.com. Go over there, check it out, join the community. It's a fun little place. We got a roundtable coming up probably the end of this month with them. And we might do a live session for it on a Saturday if we can all schedule. All comes down to scheduling when you work with people. So 3 free agents. I mean, I don't think the Brewers are going to add anybody at this juncture. I think the locker room's already too crowded. I think it'll always be too crowded when you get into a team that likes to flip-flop players like they are. And maybe they don't solve these issues, and maybe they just go into the team and hoping that they have enough backup. I don't know. I mean, who's to say? Honestly, what I expect this first week of spring training is we're going to see a Craig Counsell extension. I've been predicting that already, but I think the first week of spring training, there's going to be a Craig Counsell extension. I think we're going to have an extension from maybe like an Adames or a Burns, or Adames or a Woodruff. I'd love to see Burns. I would love to see Burns. I don't think there's a person on this live that's going to watch this video that can say they don't want to see a Burns extension. There's nobody, because you want him. He's your superstar. I'd really like him to lock up Lauer. I'd like him to just extend Freddie more than he's already extended. I think he's expired in 2 years anyways. So yeah, I think that's definitely a key at this juncture, to kind of get some of the paperwork and stuff out of the way in the first week, because that's very important. What about? Do you guys got any questions on any of that? Anything you want me to answer? I'm kind of just going through what I've got here, and content-wise, the content is really endless. I mean, there's tons of stuff to talk about, but I like to kind of answer as we go. I'm going to talk about the WBC. I'm going to be watching it. I don't know who else is going to be watching it, but I'm really excited for that. There are so many players, so much major league talent. It's like preseason games that actually matter. It's like having a spring training that actually matters. If they could do that every year, that would be awesome. I would love it. I would tune in. Extra baseball is extra baseball, in my eyes. Oh, I have started the research. It's not fully completed. It's just in the processing phase, but where you're going to be able to watch the Milwaukee Brewers in 2023. And I can tell you guys, it's looking like we're going to be cable or the Bally Sports app and pay their little fee. Bally still owns everything. MLB ain't going to be shifting back. The long term of this is it's all going to be direct to consumer from MLB. But right now, we don't have that direct to consumer. We're not going to be doing that direct to consumer content yet. So that's where we're going to be with that, I think. Oop, I clicked the wrong button. I forgot to say Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/Miller Park Minute. There's going to be exclusive content going to Patreon very soon. So if you do want to subscribe and get additional content from me, I'm kind of putting out content every which way possible, everywhere I possibly can. So I don't have a theory that there's too much content. I think that we are in a realm of content. I just want to say that we actually have a guy on the top players right now list, which we haven't had in many years. If you guys don't watch, MLB does their top 10 right now, and we actually have a guy that's in the top 10 players right now, in Corbin Burns, and that's glorious. We haven't had that in so long. You should go division by division. What do you think of the records will be? I actually, in my previous prediction, I did do that. Like 2 years ago. I could do that. I could, because this is becoming more of a baseball show. And that's the goal. I'd like this to be more of a baseball show, not just me sitting here. I have a panel of guys, and we got a guy from each kind of fan base or something like that. Bring some people in. I will do that. I'll put that out. See what I'm thinking. And I don't know if I'm putting out too much content, but what I'm thinking about doing is doing shorter videos and then maybe watch the short videos and then lump it all together as a podcast. I don't know. It depends what people would watch and what people respond to, I guess. I know my short form videos tend to get a few more views than like this long form, but it's hard to say. It's really hard to say what people will watch. I mean, and for discoverability, I mean, you got to make it like discoverable for a new message request. Who is this? Garbage. So yeah, I think that should come in the next week, Richard. Next week. You asked about shirts, Richard. I actually have a design ready for the shirts. Those are going to be coming in the upcoming week, probably. And then we're going to do a little fun little competition between me and the butcher on that. So it might be a guest week, actually. I just got another message. So it might be a week full of guests on every episode, or because me and Rob are going to do Rob Butcher. We're going to do one together for the NL Central Hall of Fame and talk about that on what great players they have there. I might do some Twitter polls about that, so check my Twitter for that. Gosh, she's not okay. Sorry, I just distracted. I got so much going on right now. The other piece that I wanted to talk about, though, and this is kind of crucial, is we are counting down now to an opener, right? And we're predicting weather. We're predicting all these things. I am at a juncture where I'm like trying to figure out what to do here for opening day. I want to do something cool. And I want to find a spot where people can meet me. And I might just set up in the parking lot and do like a live broadcast from the parking lot. I don't know if you guys think that'd be cool, but and I'm also going to try and get other podcasters and other people that like are on my show and stuff like that, and just have like a big opening day, like multicast show where we do this. We hop on this StreamYard and we broadcast everywhere, and everybody's got a channel, and I'm in the works of that. So I'm trying to get as many people that are podcasters involved as possible. I think I can do up to like 6 people. So if there's 6 podcasters out there that listen to my shows, hop on. I know the Go brothers, Peter and David of Barrel Banter would love to do it. UK Brew Crew, I'm going to see what he's up to. And then I've got to find a couple of the other guys that just do podcasts. I have a lot of fun with that. Getting different personalities together is one of the biggest parts of doing what I do here, because it's not just about me. It's about community. It's about having fun. And I literally see myself live as I'm talking. This is kind of creepy. That's weird. Let's see how Facebook comments come in, because last week, I don't know, it shows my name. It shows my name. Okay. Lots to learn about this subject. What do you have to say? It's about baseball, yes. The home opener. We're doing the home opener. It's about baseball, and it's about the community about baseball. That's why this whole thing exists. It's not about me. This is my show, but at the end of the day, I am here to talk to you guys about baseball and to enjoy baseball. I don't post this for anything other than having fun and chatting. And it's something that I have the ability to do. Unlike other people, like I know people that are like, oh gosh, I would love to start a podcast and talk, but I can't get myself in front of a camera. I can't talk. I don't like hearing the sound of my own voice. And that sucks. That's tough. Like I can, and I listen to my podcast back every day, at least 2 times, just to make sure that the both feed sources actually recorded a good audio and you can hear it. And I don't have any, like, I'm not going to do it now because it's really obnoxious, but like the tings of the microphone or anything like that, So I try and put out the best possible product for you guys every day that discusses baseball and that has baseball. Did you guys see, and I'm going to talk to this, did you see what they released for giveaways? I just saw it in my social feed and pulled it up. It's actually on, I posted it on, I think, Twitter and Facebook, but for sure on Facebook. We are giving away a Giannis City Connect basketball jersey. That's really sad that we have to tie in the Bucks connection. You know why that's sad? Because Milwaukee Brewers don't believe strongly enough on their own that they're giving away other players. Yeah, like, why use Giannis? I know Giannis is a team owner and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. And then we're giving away Cookie Monster. I like Cookie Monster. I'm not going to argue that one. A Yelich, like, cup that looks like a Yeti cup. A vest with the state logo, and a Hawaiian t-shirt. That's cool in its own right. But the other one that I really don't like, Amy's got some comments. Let's see what she's got to say. Is they are giving away social influencer. I know, yeah, he's part owner or whatever. That's in name only. That's like what they did with Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't mean we have to market him. Let's market the players we have. We have plenty of talented players on our team. Make it a Willy Adames jersey. You know how much more excitement you'd have if everybody got a Willy Adames City Connect jersey? That's what other teams are doing. If you look at the promotions of other teams, it's crazy. No, they did. What's her name? They're doing a bobblehead of the social media influencer lady. I don't even know her name, but Paige. Yes. Thank you. I think you actually posted that the other day. What bobblehead would you like? And I think that was your post on one of the Brewers fan groups. And I was like, yeah, let's give actual, but then the bobblehead collectors are the guys that you like almost don't want to be at games because they're like obnoxious in their own right, I guess. And I don't mean that. Like, if you're a bobblehead collector, I apologize. But like, it's obnoxious that we have these guys out there hustling for bobbleheads, making $20 a crack on a free bobblehead. That kind of burns me in a way. Brewers broadcast schedule. I haven't looked at. Does anybody have the list? Does anybody know what we're giving away for other bobbleheads? Sortable schedule. I'm looking for giveaways. I want to know what the giveaway days are. There are some bad ones. They give regular collectors a bad name. Like, I have bobblehead collections, but I don't go and come out with 20 bobbleheads that I've bought for $5 off of people and then reflip them for $35 or $40. Yes, the other bobbleheads have not been released. Okay, thank you. I didn't see it, and I was like, what are they doing? Somebody said that they showed a Brandon Woodruff that looked like a Brandon Woodruff that we already had. That's what I thought. I thought there wasn't any pictures yet. So we'll see that in the coming weeks. Maybe that was a spring bobblehead that somebody was sharing the other day. I don't know. I'm on a lot of those collector pages, and I'm like, people are so picky about that stuff, and it's like, just flip me a bobblehead that I like. Flip me a Willy Adames batting, because we have The previous Willie Adamas is like a running or like a position pose. Where is it? I don't see it on my shelf. Where's Willie? He's there. He's running, I think, right? I don't have the Brewers on this. Oh yeah, he's doing the claws up. Claws up. That's what he's doing. I don't have the Giannis Brewers. I thought I did. I want Christmas Willie. I've put this out on the podcast. If somebody has an extra Christmas Willie, let me know. I want it because I love Willie. So yeah, random I just feel like we need more player bobbleheads. Let's give Rowdy a bobblehead. If there's not a Rowdy bobblehead, can we riot? Who's behind me on that one? Let's riot for a Rowdy bobblehead. Pitchforks, signs. Yeah, you did say that. I knew it was you. Rowdy, Urias. Let's give Urias a bobblehead. Well, why not? I mean, like we had a Scooter Jeanette Gnome years ago. I got it's in a box in my basement, I think. And we had a Matt wasn't there a creepy Matt Garza gnome too? I think I have that one too. There was 20 Luke bobbleheads. Literally, my wife liked Luke Roy, and there's 20 of those different things. I have them in a box in my basement right now. So if you need a Luke Roy bobblehead, let me know. $20 a piece. Maybe 35 because they're more rare now. I mean, I got a broken Prince Fielder. Headless Fielder. One of the many that had fallen off my wall, and I had to buy a new one. And that one they charge $50. The season seed holder ones people charge $50 and $60 for these things. I'm gonna put Prince's head on a hat. Now I'm just getting ridiculous. I'm not even talking about baseball. If I just leave it right here, it's just gonna sit here all the time. Fielder head, just sitting. I could attach it to my cologne bottle. No, and I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, like, it's funny that people charge so much for these bobbleheads, and like I feel a lot of these season seat holders just grab those things to sell because there's so many. As soon as they release those, there's so many. I do not have talking euchre. Wait, no, I do. What's the talking euchre one look like? Is it got like a big fat stand on it and he says a bunch of phrases? That one. Is that the one you're talking about? Yes, I have that talking euchre. I have that one. Which one are you showing me? Is that the same one? Hold on. This one.
There.
I don't have that one, no. I just brushed out for a second. I know you don't want to be on camera, but I don't have Scooby. I've got like a stack of extras somewhere, and I've moved them like 5 times. But I like that we're having a bobble breakdown right now. The bobble breakdown is kind of fun. I don't know. So who else do we want to see? Who else do we want to see? We want to see Rowdy. We want to see the I did read that the euchre one is going to be a Star Wars one. So Jedi euchre. Is that Hoffman? Or is that that's Hoffman, right? I have that. I think I have that one. I have most of the season seed holder ones. Yeah, I have that one right there. Okay, Ryan Braun. That's a Yount. That's a Sheets. That was an all fan. Aaron, Billy Hall. I have way too many of these things. I feel like a creepy child at some points. Who else though? Who do we want to see? I'd like actually give us an Antanasio. Give us Mark Antanasio. I would have said David Stearns, but that's like Doug Melvin. That was like the Doug Melvin. I still have Doug Melvin somewhere, but I don't know. Give us another position for Freddie, or alternate jerseys with like Corbin Burns. That'd be cool. You could still do. I mean, you could do the three young guys. You could bring do prospect bobbleheads. Why not? Like, you know, the broadcast team, the Darren and Bill one. I think there's a Darren and Bill bobblehead. I know there's a Saturday. Dillard. I don't actually have a Dillard yet. There's going to be one. I was going to buy his Hall of Fame one. It's got like a phone in its hand, and it's still available at the Bobblehead Hall of Fame. I just haven't ordered it. I think it's like $30 or $40. I wanted Dillard to give me one. I actually asked him if he had any. When I chatted with him, I'm gonna have Dillard back on. Dillard said he'd come back on. It's just when he's available. I should message him again. I don't know. I think who else could we get? Who else would be a really good bobblehead? I think there's only maybe five bobbleheads this year. So if we did Rowdy, let's say we do Rowdy and Urias. Could we do? Why don't we give Brian Anderson a bobblehead? I mean, Rock's got one. Brian Anderson has been around for a long time, and he's awesome. What else could we do? Eric Lauer. Eric Lauer doesn't have a bobblehead. I mean, give us different versions of the ones we got. Devin Williams. Yes, I want a Devin Williams bobblehead. I love Williams. Who else? Is there anybody that's got any kind of humor right now? Like, if there was a guy with some humor, I would say we could do him. This is just collapsing into me talking. You think Williams will have? He was an all-star, right? Like, give him an all-star bobblehead. No, it'll be a season seat holder. Well, wait, you're a season seat holder. Do you know? Do you know if they announced a season seat holder bobblehead? Did they tell you that yet? They have not. Okay. I feel like they're behind this year because they haven't announced like the Arctic tailgate either. Unless they have, I don't know. I haven't seen it. Oop! I'm sorry. Oop! I screwed that up. Did we have a John Axford bobblehead? We have, right? John Axford? I thought there was one at one point or another. I know there was Turnbow. I have two Josh Haders. It's probably in the downstairs if we have it. Okay. Maybe you guys are with me or not with me. You guys can tell me. But I'm sick of all the different versions of Mulder and Yount and all the 82 teams. I'm really just kind of straight out sick of it. Perfect. Yeah, let me know. I'm really curious as to what they're going to do because like we're getting to that time where it's like, okay, I want to see what we've got here and plan my I think I like that's part of my mentality as a fan. Like I plan my when I go around like important games and like bobbleheads because I don't go to 50 games. I'd love to. I just funds wise, it's very pricey. I mean, I drive down from Fond du Lac. That's where I live. So I would love to be at like every day. if I could set up like a little booth and just have like a live broadcast like 620 does, and just sit there every day, I would do that in a heartbeat, and they wouldn't charge me. I'm looking into a press pass. I really am. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's look. I know. Well, you probably drive even longer than I do then to get to the game. Because what? Another 20, 30 minutes, maybe? Depends how you drive. Do you have a lead foot? I don't. My wife does, though. So I just, it's funny to me because like you think about these things. And it's like you have a lot. About 10 minutes I take for Oh yeah. Gotcha. I didn't think about that route. I forget there's other routes. I was thinking going back on 23 and then going down. So, but I guess yes, that would preemptively save you quite a bit of time. So, all right, so we want Devin Williams, Rowdy. I like Urias. Which one is that? The Elf one. That's a cool one too. I love that you're showing me your bobbleheads. This is turned into me just talking about bobbleheads, and I love it. I don't know. Some fans love bobbleheads, and that's one of my things to collect. Like I've got a shelf full right next to me on camera here, and some on my desk, and so right there. And then behind is those top things. I would love to see more of those with the Brewers on them. Right now we just got Bernie and Christian. And that's all my Star Wars stuff. Don't mind that. And just various pictures. I have an autographed picture of Mark Antanasio back there. And Matt LePay. And there's a Bernie the Brewer puppet. I was going to do funny sketch videos. With my Bernie puppet and make Bernie say things. I don't know where I got this. Somebody gave me this. They found it at a rummage sale or something. This is really just gone down a rabbit hole, and I haven't even done any CBD gummies or anything crazy like that. Yeah, so like I did have a list. Luis Urias, Brian Anderson, another Willie Adames, Rowdy, of course. Who else do we have? Eric Lauer, I mentioned. Bernie, and like if there's a Bernie with the slide, and I think it had Christian Yelich, and I never bought it, and I wish I did. It was like one of the coolest ones that like they had that was done by Forever 20 or what Forever Baseball is what I don't know. The ones that they sell at the team store. The ones that they sell at the team store are good, but they're a little more pricey. Monkey, what's up?
Can you please open them for me so I can get 2 of them?
2 of them? Why 2 of them? Oh, because you'll only. So we got slime. So I don't know if you have small kids that need to get Valentine's, but like I went to Walmart to get Valentine's today. I'm not that mom that buys things super in advance. So I went to Walmart to find Valentine's, and they had all Barbie and Laugh Out Loud Surprise Girls or whatever the hell they're called. And I was like, I ain't doing that. And then I had Jess on FaceTime, and I was like, okay, we'll buy these slime packages because there was literally they didn't have the ones with candy attached. They didn't have any of that stuff. So this is rather difficult to get into. I'm just struggling. You want to say hi to the live stream?
Hi.
All right, which ones do you want?
This one and this one.
Green and blue. Good choices. Don't spill it on anything.
Okay.
I will get in trouble if you spill it on anything, so please don't spill it on anything. Take this downstairs, buddy. All right. I'll be out in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
I'm almost done. Yeah, that being said, this live just goes all over the board, and I love it. Okay. Bobbleheads, collectibles. We could do 20 to 30 minutes on bobbleheads and collectibles all the time. All the time. I could do this on a regular basis. So, that being said, this week coming up, we've got more predictions. We're going to talk about. I'm going to find out about that John Axford. I'm curious if I have that one, if there is one. But we're going to do another predictions episode. We're going to talk more about the articles. 2, potentially 3 special guests if I fit them all in this week's series of episodes. I've got a lot of stuff. We're going to talk the NL Central Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about what is she showing off now? Is that signed? I can't read it. It gives me like a window like this big to see what does it say? What does it say? Oh, hold on. I don't know why I can't hear you. I don't understand. That might be part of my setup. Type it. Yes, it is because I definitely waited too late on the Valentines. But like, why don't they have boxes that they roll out for the late parents who don't like pre-shop? Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. And like, they're little cards that are like $5 that he gives out. Actually, like, I think most of them were $3, but like, it's cheap little stuff that gets thrown away. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, all this stuff, like, parents are going to throw those slimes away. I know that. I don't care. Ball I got from Luis Urias. Luis. I always call him Luis. But Luis Urias. That's awesome. Like, that's the stuff that this game is made about. You know, you want balls. I mark on them too. Like, so I went to the Twins in 2011, and I just wrote, you know, like, Aiden's got a ball that was off of the bat of Daniel Murphy, a home run ball that the big puffy haired kid that works for Bally gave him, and that was cool. So we wrote Daniel Murphy home run ball from blah blah blah. But I do that with all of them. Yeah, I got a ball from 427 2012 from St. Louis. Yeah, White Sox won 623 2012. That was our honeymoon ball. It's right there. Random stuff. I could do this all day. I could do this all night, but I don't have. I gotta get this posted, and I appreciate you guys coming and joining me.
They are slimy, and they even smell like fruit. Smell it.
Oh, it is all over your hands.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't like touch anything or get that on anything,
Okay.
please. I will get in trouble
Okay.
because I let you have it unsupervised.
When will you be coming down?
In just a few minutes, I'm almost done.
And then you'll watch me with the slime?
Yeah, just don't put it on the couch or anything like that. That's what I'm saying.
What about the table?
What table? The kitchen table?
No. The
End
table
table?
that I eat at.
Oh yeah, that's the kitchen table. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, that was all over his hands. Did you see that? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's really wet.
It's really wet? Okay. I'm that parent. I am that parent. Oh, my Lord. Floor might help. Yeah. You saw that whole thing be great right down. He opened it, ran back up, and it was like his hand was blue. I don't know if you saw that. You're welcome, fellow parents. Oh, okay. I've done enough. I've done enough damage for one day. This thing went totally off the rails, and we talked about bobbleheads though. We had a good bobblehead conversation. So, guys, I will be back again tomorrow evening, or I should say tomorrow. Well, this goes live in the morning, so if you want to re-listen to it, But yeah, so I will be back Monday with a fresh episode. Tomorrow will just be the replay of this. And then Tuesday will be the special episode. Then we'll have the NL Central Hall of Fame discussion. And then we'll go into guest number 2 for the week. So, all right. So, one more thing before I end it. Let's see here. What she said. Yeah. So you definitely know then. I'm spending the $1 on Journal Sentinel because they just have too tantalizing of titles for their articles. Sign in here. I apparently already have an account with the Journal Sentinel. Am I going to be able to get the deal?
And this one even smells. I don't know what it smells like.
Yeah, it's got like a fruity smell. I don't know what that is.
It said it was like lemon or lemon.
Oh, like a lemon lime, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just slimy and gooey. I've never. Have I?
5:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time is the time. You've never had what?
Slime.
No, you've had slime before.
What do you mean? The putty?
Yeah.
That's not slime, that's putty.
You've had different kinds of slime. You had that one your sister gave you.
Yeah, that's putty. That makes the farting sound.
Yes. Okay. All right, buddy. I gotta end this live. Okay?
Okay.
So go play with it. Don't get it on the floor. Put it back in the containers when you're done.
Yeah, I did that to the blue one.
Okay. Good job. Good job. I appreciate you.
Green now.
Yeah, a little bit. We're gonna eat some food in a second.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Love you.
Look at the slime.
Okay. Enough. They're not here to see that. All right. Bye-bye. 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 All right, guys. That's Eric for the Miller Park Minute. Eric Agnew. As always, go Brewers. If you've gotten through this whole thing, I commend you because that went off the rails and I just talked about random stuff and pulled out random bobbleheads and talking Bob Uecker. All right, I'm out. Peace out. Have a good night. As always, guys, go Brewers. Thanks for watching. Check us out every day.